Hey, what's going on? Happy Monday. Peace and blessings. Dharma Shakti here. Thank you so much for tuning into this video and clicking the play button and taking a moment to watch this little offering that I call Monday Message. This weekly video that I'll put out every Monday, clearly that's why it's called Monday Message, is designed to help you approach your week with a different mental attitude. We all get in a funk, we all get in our routines, and we all get in that place in our life where we're just sort of going through the motions. And I know firsthand, I've been there, and I know what's helped me is inspirational videos and podcasts from other people. And so I just thought that I would pay it forward and offer something to you. So, Monday Message, helping to set your mind in a different place that you can show up to your week in a different way so that your life starts to take a different route, a route that we call growth. All right, so today's message is from Montaigne. He says, quote, "There are many terrible things in my life, but many of which have never happened to me." End quote. I just remember hearing this quote. I remember where I was, and I remember writing it down, and I remember going, oh my God, and laughing at myself like, that's me. I am imagining all these things in the future, that all these terrible things are going to happen, and I'm just thinking the worst. And many of those things have never happened to me. Have you ever had that in your life where like you imagine this scenario over and over and over again and it never happens? And then I don't know if you've ever looked back and going, why did I waste my time thinking that? Why did I waste my energy stressing over this thing that never happened? Right? So a lot of us put a lot of mental energy towards these stories that we make up in our mind, stories about the future and how we think they're going to play out. And we obsess over them, we spin in them, and we get lost in them. And then we can't enjoy the present moment. We can't be where we are and who we're with in that moment because we're just obsessing about this future experience like it's happening, but it hasn't happened and it probably won't happen, right? And the problem with that is that our bodies don't know the difference between what our brain experiences as a real-time experience or an imagined future experience. So you have a thought about the future and your body reacts to that thought as if it's actually happening, right? And so we put ourselves in the stress mode often because we're just projecting out into the future and we're imagining all these things happening and they're not really happening. And so it would really benefit us if we took a moment to just check in and shift gears in a way where we say, you know what, I'm going to be the observer of my thoughts. And I'm going to try to catch myself when I am projecting into the future, when I'm astral projecting myself into a future scenario that hasn't even happened yet. Because your body doesn't want to go through all the chemical downpour of the stress hormones, right? And there's no need to stress yourself out for something that hasn't even happened yet. So if you can shift gears and just observe your thoughts this week, and when you are thinking about the future, ask yourself, is this thought serving me? Is this thought real? Like, is it even really happening? Right? And ask yourself, could it happen? Maybe some of the thoughts you're having may happen, but most often we are just embellishing and entertaining the worst case scenario because it's human nature to want to strategize and plan for the future. But what we need to not do is plan for the worst. Right? We are thinking that the worst case scenario is going to happen and then our body's living through it as if it's really happening, and that is not serving you. So if you can learn to be in a place where you are observing your thoughts and asking yourself, is this even real? Is this even happening right now? I don't know what scenario is going to play out, so why am I making up a story in my head and allowing myself to live through those things as if they're actually happening? Right? Like, for example, I've worked with a lot of clients, Ayurvedic clients who, aren't sure about their health, or I get yoga students who aren't sure what's going on and they go to the doctor to get some kind of testing done or some kind of checkup or something so that they can get some peace of mind about what's happening with their symptoms. And I always tell them, don't worry about it until you know exactly what is going on. You're making up this story in your mind that you have this crazy diagnosis and you don't even know that that's true. So don't waste your energy on it until you know that it's true, right? Like, you might have to sit down and talk to somebody and you're wondering in your mind all the ways in which they are going to react or respond or what they're going to say, and you don't know what they're going to say until you actually walk through that moment and you do that thing with that person. So why are you wasting all your energy in imagining all the worst case scenarios? I mean, I know it's human nature, but the goal is to rise above our human nature and come into our spirit nature, right? And really reside from that place of the spirit where we can go, this hasn't happened yet. I don't need to get all worked up or stressed out about it because it hasn't happened yet. And I don't even know what's going to happen. And that also requires that we trust ourselves, that we trust that when we get to that place, we'll know what to do when we're there, right? So as you make your way through your week and you find yourself imagining all these horrible things that haven't even happened yet, ask yourself, is this thought serving me? Is this thought serving me? Right? And you may find that it is. Okay, great. Continue on with it. But most often and most likely, you're going to find that it isn't serving you. It's just creating stress. And so if you can let go of that thought and just take a few deep breaths and go, where am I right now? What do I need to do right now? What's happening right now in my life? And be in that moment rather than living in a future that hasn't even happened yet. Right, what you start to do is create a new chemical downpour in the body that is bringing you back down into that rest and digest mode. Like, I'm right here, right now. I'm not stressed out in the future. I'm right here, right now. When you're stressed out in the future, your body is producing all the chemicals that it needs to be in that fight or flight mode. But when you take that moment to take a few deep breaths and to calm yourself down into the moment that you're in right now, right now you start to create a new chemical downpour that says, oh, we're just in the rest and digest mode. We're going to digest what's happening in life and we're going to be okay right where we are. And that allows you to navigate into the future from a much more grounded, more calm, more secure place within yourself, a trusting place within yourself. And so, yeah, just check in, be the observer. Really, you will be surprised at how much you're living in the future and how much you're imagining things happening to you that will never even happen. So cut yourself some slack, cut yourself a break, stop imagining a horrible future, and just live in the present moment where you are right now. All right, good luck with this week. Don't let yourself get too far out into the future. Stay present. Don't live through things that aren't really happening. Live through what's happening right now. And always, always ask yourself, is this thought serving me? Stop making up stories, start living in the present moment, and only engage in the thoughts that are serving you. All right, I hope you have an amazing, fantastic week. I hope that this video has served you or helped you in some way. If you have any feedback or comments or questions, please just drop me a comment down below. If you thought that this video was helpful and you know someone who might benefit from it, please take a moment to share it. These videos will soon only be available through my newsletter, so you can go to my website in the next few days, dharmashakti.com, and sign up for my email newsletter, or you could just send me a DM on Instagram or Facebook or wherever, and I will add you to my email list so that you get these videos every single Monday. All right. I hope you have a blessed week. Thank you for tuning in. Until I see you next Monday, have an amazing week. Keep your head up and your heart open wide, and keep living that beautiful life.